I will take you through a very common integration scenario. It's not the only scenario that we see, but it's just a very, very common. And there are all sorts of variations of this flow. The blue boxes you will see on the screen represents Salesforce. The white boxes will represent Microsoft Dynamics ERP. That be regardless if it's NAV, AX, GP, Finance and Operations, or Business Central. The way it typically works when you have these two systems in parallel is that when you get a new lead from whatever lead source you have, it gets recorded as a lead in Salesforce. It gets marketing qualified, and once they have decided that it is something that is worth pursuing for the sales organization, they convert it into an account, a contact, and an opportunity. This is a standard Salesforce feature. It has nothing to do with the integration itself. But this is where the sales organization takes over the work and the possible account. The opportunity can carry a quote. You can also use some of the other Salesforce solutions, for instance, Salesforce CPQ, or you might have your own quotation tool made or any other third-party solution where you do this work in. At a certain point in time, you can decide that this is the trigger for Rapidi Online to start synchronizing data for this account and this opportunity into the Microsoft Dynamics solution. Typically, it's when the opportunity reaches a stage which is called closed won. Rapidi will detect that, and we will create the customer inside of Microsoft Dynamics if the customer does not already exist. If you want to have contacts, we will synchronize the contacts into Microsoft Dynamics, and the quote that you have made in Salesforce will be converted to a sales order inside of Microsoft Dynamics. If you are not using sales orders, but you will want to send an invoice right away, then that step, of course, can be skipped. What we do is that the second we have created a new sales order inside of Microsoft Dynamics, we synchronize that information back into an object called open orders in Salesforce that can be linked to either an account or an opportunity or both. And that helps the salespeople to see directly in Salesforce what is the status of any given open sales order for this account. In this case, they don't have to switch to Microsoft Dynamics to get that information. They don't have to make internal calls to the order department to figure that information out, but they can see the information updated directly in Salesforce. Once the sales order is fully delivered and invoiced, then typically the open order that was sitting in Salesforce is removed, just like it is in Microsoft Dynamics, and it will only exist as a posted invoice or credit note in Microsoft Dynamics, and we synchronize that information into the sales history object in Salesforce, where you can see what this account have purchased in the past. You have the same information typically in Salesforce as you have in Microsoft Dynamics, which means that you have the sales header and you have the sales lines with all the detailed information. If you're using items and you have synchronized these as well, then you can also see directly on an item which customers, for instance, have purchased this particular product. Once an invoice has been paid, it typically gets posted in Microsoft Dynamics as a ledger entry, or in AX it is called transactions. We can bring that over as payment history. It is related to the posted invoice and to the account as well, which enables us to give a financial summary directly, for instance, on an account where you can see overdue amounts, etc., so total sales to date and information like that. It's pretty cool. You can see that some of these integrations are marked as bidirectional, for instance, the customer and the contact. You don't have to do it. You don't have to decide that you have a particular record, which is the master. You can decide that you can create a new customer directly in Microsoft Dynamics. For instance, if you have a web shop that is attached to that, but we would still make sure that the other system is kept in sync regardless how you create a new record. But it's something that it is defined in your business process. So this is a very neat way of setting it up. There are some underlying transfers that also need to be in place. For instance, the product to item, the prices, discount models, etc. But all of that is also handled as part of the template solutions from Rapidi.